Welcome to STS 23, in which I have no title.
Again?
We've done that.
No. It's simply in which again. There you
go. Okay. Well, technically the last one was we had no title.
I'm going to have to start sitting and thinking of better titles, because I sigh every time you come up with a title.
Okay,
for this.
alright.
I'm going to have to...
Hang on, give me 3 seconds to think of a title then, and I'll come up with one. 3, 2, 1. In which RNG is a bitch?
Yeah, that's relevant.
That's relevant to what we're about to discuss. It's a fair title. You could have also gone in
so
with,
many ways.
In which Dave should never be allowed to lead a military squad in any kind of war situation.
Yeah, in which Dave
that
should be kept away from any kind of commander. You do this. No, that's a bad argument.
Yeah. So of course XCOM is coming up this week, and well, we're filming it later today. It'll come out I think tomorrow or the day after, and everything goes horribly wrong as always, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But let's not discuss too much XCOM because we're going to discuss it anyway. But
it is an awesome game, mind. Yeah. It is. I have to say, I was worried, and I haven't looked at anything to do with the new XCOM game up until its launch. We've had a chance. Well, we didn't really have much of a chance, but it's been at a couple of the expos we've been at, and we at the first one where it was all like behind closed doors presentation, like behind curtain type thing, like a cinema setup type job. We never had time to go and look at it. Yeah, it was. I really wanted to, but I didn't have the time. Anyway, I was really apprehensive about even seeing anything of the game, and everybody was talking about it on Ventrilo, and I had a little play, give it a whirl, and I'm really impressed. It feels like playing the first one again. UFO Enemy Unknown. Yeah.
Great.
I can't get enough of it at the minute.
That's another game to add to the list when I get paid.
Yes, the video that we've got coming out, it will hopefully answer or yell a lot of loud things loudly. Let's put it that way. But of course, that wasn't the only thing that came out. So, Kel, how are you doing? What have you been up to over there? I
had an awesome situation last night where WoW went down for maintenance, and I kind of sat there thinking, well, what did I used to do before dailies?
What was the answer that you came up with?
I sat down and watched DS9 for the rest of the night. Because whenever I'm playing, I have something on my other monitor, so I was like, well, I don't have the game, I'll keep watching something.
But there are so many games.
Oh no, come out. I downloaded World of Tanks, and I've been trying a bit of that.
No. Like we are now through. We are on the other side of the summer drought, and it is a wonderful, glorious
just monsoon season.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, glorious time for gamers everywhere. I mean, what have we got out? Mark of the Ninja came out on Steam recently. Also, episode 4 of Walking Dead came out, which I haven't yet had a go at playing. I have done the other ones, but not 4 yet. There's also Dishonored came out recently. That was last week. XCOM as well. And
Borderlands 2 was a recent, plus the DLC.
Borderlands 2 just
really
brought out the
quick after release.
Also, not PC related, but Carmageddon released today, which I want to spend a few minutes discussing because
needs to come out on Android.
Assassin's Creed 3
Android version.
Assassin's Creed 3 comes out soon.
Yes.
Hotline Miami comes out soon.
Yeah.
Natural Selection comes out at the end of the month as well.
That I'm looking forward to be fair. I haven't played as near as much Natural Selection as I should have been. But I'm looking forward to release because it'll be getting tweaked and finalised a bit more, and I can. I didn't play the first one, so it confuses me. I've got a lot to learn.
We will be doing something for that. We'll be giving away some stuff.
It'll very likely be Game of the Week after Guns, I think. After Guns of Icarus, I'm considering Natural Selection because again it's heavily co-op oriented. There's a lot of scope for teamwork and screwing each other over, and a lot of hilarity on Ventrilo.
Awesome. But yeah, no, it's not the fact that there aren't games for me to pick up and play. It's that I need the money to be able to pick up and play them. I'm still recovering from my trip to England.
Yeah, so are you using WoW as a kind of... If I devote my time to WoW, then it means that I can't spend money on other stuff?
I wouldn't say I'm using it specifically for that because I was like very eagerly anticipating WoW, and I'm really enjoying it. So even if I had the money to pick up Borderlands, pick up XCOM, and so on, then I'd still play it.
They'd only be sidelines anyway.
But there's just so many things to do in it right now that I don't have to worry about everything else. I finish work, come home, do all the dailies, and then it's time for bed. And rinse, repeat.
See, I'm gonna actually sit here and talk WoW with you for a few minutes, so Xander can just sit in the corner and nod. Feel free to jump in if there is something that actually, sounds cool or not.
Well, there's a lot of the stuff that, to be fair, that you say is WoW talk. It's not really WoW, it's broad-scale MMOs.
True. But the 5.1 patch notes came out not too long ago, and I have to admit, after all of the steps that Blizzard have taken in the past with their expansions, it seems like they're really trying this time round. I mean, the fact that we've got this raid stuff and how raids are working in MOP so far, and the way that they're releasing them, and the fact that people are like, hang on, we haven't even cleared everything in Heroic, and you guys are already discussing like, the next kind of instances and whatnot. And 5.1 comes with the Fight Club and the new daily area and the whole. It very much feels like Isle of Quotanas. Is it?
Yeah, it's Quotanas.
Quotanas, yeah. And the fact that like you can upgrade the island as a whole, and you can buy like NPCs, or the beach rather, Terraforming Wild Beach to like bath people, and it really seems like they're actually making sure that they've got a solid foundation to build upon. Like everything that was in the expansion is pretty much on par with everything that has come out in previous ones, but then they're really stepping up the game by, okay, here's 5.1. 5.1 brings you new scenarios, it brings you new story quests, it actually progresses what's going on in the whole expansion zone.
Yeah.
As a general wide area. We're also sorting out new raid stuff, and we've got the new solo Fight Club thing, so you've got an extra stuff to do outside of raiding as well. So that's adding on to pet battles and all the archaeology stuff and all the cooking stuff and Farmville and...
So are they moving away from more, or rather are they moving towards more regular editions of content? Or
that's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like they're really stepping up the speed at which the big patches come out, which is quite nice because, I mean, Rift is bringing out Storm Legion at the beginning of next month. That comes out, I think, October... no, not October, November, sorry. November, 11th or 13th? Somewhere around there. About the same time as Black Ops.
I'm wondering if it is that they're stepping up to a more regular release schedule, or that they know there's a lot of other games and stuff that would draw attention and drop subscriber levels, if only temporarily.
What I think is going on is every feature they've announced, like for Mr. Pandaria itself, has all been kind of, this is a new technology so that we can do interesting things and do them faster. I mean, scenarios would be a prime example. They can reuse old locations and just run a story through there. So all you've got to do is like scripting for NPCs, put in some enemies, and you've got a level.
They've effectively made the system a lot more modular on the back end for easier maintenance.
Yeah.
So they've just made the whole process more efficient and streamlined to knock out new content.
Yes, it really feels like they've polished up their way of releasing, and it's quite awesome to see that. Essentially, in my eyes, I've played WoW since US beta. I've played WoW for more than
time. And you've played WoW for as long as I've known you.
Yeah, I've played WoW more than enough hours, and it's a case of every expansion that they brought out, there were issues in my mind that they were pushing it more towards where they were trying to make it easier and more accessible, but at the same time they were kind of shutting down the world, because it devolved into standing around in the city, pressing a Q button and waiting.
Yeah. Wasn't
However,
enough
now
kind
it's all
of
the case
filler
of
content to do in between the waiting, so you're doing something while you're in the queue now.
Well, like tank queues are instant. Tank queues will always be instant unless you're queuing for Raid Finder. They will always,
Everybody
tanks will
always needs a
essentially,
tank.
as tanks will always be able to just basically press the button and jump in.
Yeah.
DPS get between maybe 5 to 20 minute queues.
They're about 40 minutes at the moment.
40 for you. I'm getting 8 on my server.
Hate you.
Yeah.
That all depends. That all depends on class balance, though. Really.
It depends. It depends on time of day. It depends on faction. It depends on.
That's not really down to the content, particularly.
No. But that wasn't what I was getting at. But like you've still got like between 5 and 20 minutes. You can queue anywhere you want, and you can do it while grinding out friendships or factions or archaeology or cooking or fishing or, while you're hunting rares or any of the stuff that they've put in. And it's awesome to see that they're actually, pretty much for 5.1, they're adding something of everything. There are new factions for you to.
It almost sounds like they've found their feet.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because like.
But they've been going for, like we discussed. You've been playing WoW for as long as I've known you.
Oh, WoW's been going for ages.
WoW's been going for longer than that.
Yeah, I'm thinking a year. It's like I think it's like 8 years ish, around there somewhere. I could easily look up the exact day.
But
I know it came out like February.
It really does just sound like they've now just gotten everything in. They've just found their feet. They've gotten everything in place, and they go, right, okay, let's now get on with this. They've finally gotten all the levers in roughly the right places, and they've got all the boxes in the right places, so they can just pick stuff up and get it done.
February 11, 2005 in
EU. November 23rd,
2004. So it's nearly 8 years old. Yeah, so it's nearly 8 years old. So I was right with the 7 mark.
Bloody hell.
It's about to celebrate its 8th birthday. But yeah, it's quite horrifying, and I think that's a solid word to use.
Long time to find your feet.
Yeah, now they're starting.
Especially as being effectively the market leader in this.
But
when it comes to MMOs, there's pretty much one name that a lot of random people in the street would be able to name because they've seen TV adverts for.
The scarier thing is the fact that if this is what they're now able to do when they're finding their feet.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
really
now
curious
coming.
to see what's coming.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, apparently, I don't play WoW. I'm not, as you both know, I'm not a player at all. But something I saw, apparently, Mr. Pandaria didn't sell as well as any of the previous expansions.
I think day one sales were down.
That's also because the sales figures don't include sales from certain places.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I was really going to pick up all that. I was just going to say, which I think just shows that in that same way, it's reached that point where it's now a steadier MMO, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
WoW was
the player
base will shrink a little, and then it'll just kind of stay steady.
Yeah, I mean,
it's reached that point where it's not gonna keep growing, and you know what I mean.
No.
It's found its place now, and it's just going to sit there and crack on. And I don't mean that in any derogatory way. I mean, it's still the market leader when it comes to MMOs. It's still the biggest fish in the pond.
I'll say it, and someone can take a swing at me if they want. WoW has always and forever been bigger than it ever should have gotten. It's too big. It is too big. It deserves to be smaller.
Yeah, I think if it got smaller, it would become better for it, because it would get rid of a lot of the knuckle dragging idiots.
It's like
a lot of those people will move on. What was it we were discussing earlier on? EverQuest.
Yeah, we were
the original EverQuest.
Yes. So that's actually something quite interesting that we can mention as well. EverQuest 1 are bringing out a new expansion, and
$40.
Yeah, $40, and there's not much details that I could find out on it at the moment. But I was looking at the people posting comments on this thing, and all of them were like, "Oh, it sounds awesome! Give me more details." And it came to me, this glorious, like, crystal clear moment, the thread that I was able to, pull out of the side of my head and drop into a bowl like Harry Potter. That all of the fuckwads that were playing EverQuest have moved on. So now essentially you have this pure, perfect community in EverQuest 1 now.
The only people that are left are the people that, there will be, but they're now a tiny minority, because mostly the only people that are left are the people that are there because they enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
They enjoy the character and they enjoy the experience. So there's
holy crap.
The douchebag percentage is going to be tiny. I'd actually be tempted to try and play it just because
if it didn't look uglier than your ball sack.
Yeah, but you could go in there and go, I've never played this before. Can I get some help? And everybody would be like, well, yeah, what you're going to do is like this and this. Yeah.
You'll be like, so my day one in EverQuest experience, I am now wearing a full set of
I'm still-
unobtainium gear.
I am still trying to climb my way out from underneath the bottom of this pile of gear that was thrown at me. I'm still, but day 2, managed to construct a small hovel and find some rucksack of sandwiches in amongst the pile of loot.
Day 3,
Still trying to find daylight.
Day 3, tragedy struck. The armor fort collapsed.
Day 4, thought I saw daylight, turned out to be glowing armor.
Yeah.
Goddamn Daedric swords. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So let's like move on from MMOs. I know what you've been doing with your time, Zand, but hit us with it. Go on, Mr.
I've
Zander.
played pretty much. I've between the obvious massive long XCOM sessions, because it's one of those. It's just one more turn. I'll just see what the next mission is. This should be quick. It's like it's got that Civ 5, Civilization kind of just one more click.
Civ syndrome.
Really,
Civ
really
God.
addictive. But playing a lot of Borderlands 2 with the other half because it's very good in co-op. And I got to say, I forgot to tweet it at the time because I got sidetracked in Borderlands. Katie got attacked by some badass or something, so I got help. But serious props to Gearbox. They've really gotten something right. Steam kept going down, and we kept losing the connection to Steam while me and Katie were trying to play. So I can just click on network options and hit LAN, and like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How many games can you play on Steam that you can do that? Literally with 2 clicks and then carry on like nothing ever happened.
Probably a few, but I'd have to go through my list and check.
And that's one hell of a
Not
list.
very many is the answer. That are co-op oriented like Borderlands really is.
Yeah, a lot of games are. They take the assumption that everyone's online all the time. There are no issues, so everything requires online
Steam
play.
falls over relatively often at the moment, and mine and Katie's internet connection's not exactly stable at the moment because Cable are doing works in Sheffield, upgrading all the lines, so it's a bit unstable. Playing LAN games in most of the games is a pain in the backside, at least. This is like literally 2 clicks, hit continue, Katie joins the game again, and it's like, right, where were we? The in-game voice still works, and it just I can't give them enough praise for that. I was amazed. It was brilliant. So yeah, serious props for that. Well done, guys. You got that bang on.
Borderlands is one of those games that's on my list. I mean, I bought the season pass. I'm getting the DLC. I got the Necromancer. I really should be investing more time in that game, but I know that it's not a game that I can take lightly. It's not a game that I can just pick up and I can just play for 5 minutes and do a mission and then put back down. Because
You need to sit and
I will,
play.
I can pick it up for 5 minutes and I can play through one mission and I will have not even made a goddamn dent.
Yeah, we need to sit. We'll have to organise like a sit and we'll do something where we'll get the core guys of Element 3 to sit and play or something like that. That'll be cool.
But what else?
That does seem to be a problem with a lot of games coming out now. It's a case of so many games, so little time.
Yeah. Well, that's oddly one of the points I wanted to mention later. I mean, I know you've been playing other things, so let's not get too sidetracked. We'll discuss your other things first, because I've been playing them as well. And then we will discuss other things. So what are the other 2 games?
Stop being
you've been
so
playing?
cryptic and out with it, will you? You're
Yeah, go on,
confusing me.
You can say it. You've been playing 2 games. What were they? Apart from Borderlands.
Dishonored,
There you go. And the other one being XCOM.
XCOM.
So
yeah.
how do you feel on Dishonored then?
I'll be completely honest. I'm overall quite disappointed with the experience.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
I wasn't
This-
expecting that.
Neither was
I wasn't either. I'm disappointed because I'm disappointed as well. I don't know. I keep picking it up and I want to play it, but I'm just not really enjoying it. It's the stealth systems. I was gonna say it's easy and simplistic, but it's not. It's just really unpredictable and strange. It really is. Like the guy, there's one of the. I mean, I don't know if it's just because the difficulty in the stealth guy scales oddly or what. I mean, I can't get into the game enough to play it. I like the depth of the lore. There's a lot going for the game, but the way it's supposed to be a stealthy, creepy game, it just doesn't work. I mean, I can jump around on light shades right above a guy, not apparently make any kind of sounds whatsoever. I can stand in front of a guy in a hallway, plain as day. Practically like pointing at him, I'm going to stab you in the face in 5 seconds. Step back round the corner and he's like, oh, what was that? I will go and have a look. I will wander over here and...
Yeah, unfortunately, the stealth system, it feels like it's too rigid is the word I want to say, but that's not the right word. It's very black or white.
It doesn't work. They can't see me. They can't see me or detect me creeping around in half shadows.
It's not
3
like
feet away.
It's not like a case of I am a, it's not like you have a noise bar or any of that kind of stuff. It's either you are stealth or you are not stealth.
And if you are not stealthed, you have a good 5 seconds of being not stealthed, where they stand there with funny marks around their heads before they'll do anything about it.
I think that changes the higher difficulty, because I don't feel like.
I'd imagine that scales. The first guys, you can just basically stand there and light a smoke, and then be like, "Oh right, you can see me. I best get behind this box." And they'll just kind of like "Oh, must have been
have
nothing."
You heard the fantastic news about Jesus Christ? And they just appear behind a box, and they just like say, "What?"
Who said that? Yeah, it's.
Would you like to know more? Walks out of box.
So yeah,
it's like power be to thee. Stab.
Well, I like the exploration thing. The blink and jumping around on the roofs,
yes.
And I'm a big. I always like that in Deus Ex, finding the alternate routes to do stuff and finding all the little hidden places, and the depth of the lore is really good. There's a lot of notes and things that give a lot of life to the world. It's very Bethesda. It's Bethesda.
They've done what they do best.
Yeah, I needn't say any more on that. They really have done what they do best, but what they apparently don't do very well is anything to do with stealth and creeping around. Fallout did it better, frankly.
Yeah.
It's done on a different... It's not using their own... The engine that Fallout used, it's built on the Unreal Engine, as I understand it. So I'm not sure how... what that means. I don't know much about the Unreal Engine, to be fair. But it just... I don't know, it doesn't work very well as a stealthy, creepy game, especially when the whole different endings is built essentially around how creepy and stealthy and what routes you've taken.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, a bit disappointed with Dishonored. But on the other side, loving XCOM, so...
Well, both of them we will get to discuss in more detail during the reviews. So
yeah.
It's very interesting. Tell you what's been eating my time today. Carmageddon.
I know. I just want the Android version.
Yeah.
Just
can't wait.
I have it sat in my lap as we speak. It's currently on silent. I could easily, with a flick of a button. There you go. That is how close it is to me. It's right there. In fact, I'm just paused and drowning at the moment.
And you're just taunting us with it before we start recording. It's like, I can't get.
It's like playing the original. It works so well.
Do you know what the fantastic thing is? Credit to the Carmageddon guys. I love them. They're a fantastic group of guys.
They are.
And it's free at the moment on the App Store.
Is it just free for today, or is it just free if you download it today, you get it for free?
It's if you download it today, you get it free. Otherwise it'll go up to, I think, so that's £3.
That's awesome. Nice.
That's great. Which is quite a scary thing to do. It's like, hey, we've just launched.
We've spent ages doing this. Have it
for the first day. Well, alright. Yeah. But we mentioned that in quite a lot of detail. It feels really good. And I'm actually going to see if I can find a way to film app games. I would love us to be able to do that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of them that are really good that I'd like to cover.
There are definitely Android ways to do it. I think there's some on iOS as well, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can definitely do it on Android. I know you can do it on Android. I know some of you developed an app to essentially send everything from the screen of an Android down the USB cable to a thing to a space on your screen, which you can then.
I can take pictures of my screen on my phone, so I can do a written thing. But I know for Android it's a simple case of plug in cable, get app, do this, and for iOS I believe it's a simple case of complain to Apple, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. You'd need to root it.
No,
you'd need to root your iPhone to have that kind of level of access to pull the screen overlay.
I'm not one of these people that likes doing that kind of thing. I'm not a person that likes.
No, I wouldn't recommend it with iOS.
Actually, the iPhone is one of the most stable things to do it with. because it's just a case of push two buttons, reset if it goes wrong. So I am really tempted to jailbreak my phone so that I can do that kind of stuff, because there's so many games that are on my phone that, you know, I love.
It might be worth having another iOS device that would run them, that you could jailbreak and just have a separate jailbroken handset just for doing this kind of thing.
There's a few apps, but they don't run very well. I've tried one before, and I think it was called like Screen Recorder, and it didn't do shit. It didn't work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
we'll see if we can find a way.
I mean, it
have a look. We'll investigate.
Like, it's one of those things for down the line. It's one of those things that I love. You know, we always.
It is becoming much more popular, and it is a very fast-growing.
And we spend a lot of time doing them. I know, even though we say the toilet games, you know, the things you play well. You know, you've got like 5 minutes, but.
They're those filler things you do in real life that you wait while you're waiting for stuff to happen, while you stood in the queue waiting for things to happen.
Yeah. It's quite good. But
and the games are just there are some very good games coming out on mobile devices. They're not just little cheap games that are cheap and cheerful. You've got things like Infinity Blade.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, even then, like, all of the best games, even Infinity Blade, is a game that you can pick up, do one thing, and you can put it down again.
Yeah, but they're coming out. They're just higher and higher quality in terms of
they're becoming almost AAA level quality in a lot of places.
So. Yeah, that's something that we want to look into. I think that would be quite cool for us to do at some point. Not necessarily tomorrow, but, you know, we're always discussing things that we can do for the future, so that's quite a cool one to throw out there. But I realised something quite interesting the other day. Like, I used to pick up games on Steam to just add them to my collection. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many. I'm checking right now. The number.
Dear God.
Currently, 970 is the number of games that are on my Steam. That's not including expansions or DLC or any of that kind of stuff. I believe the actual number is over 1,000. Easy. It's about 1,300. Silly.
Yeah, something silly.
And, you know, that's a
mentalist.
That's a ridiculously high number. I'll admit that. It's a stupid high number.
It is.
That wasn't true. That wasn't because of work. That was because of just me being me. You know, I wanted
to collect games.
I wanted to add games to my Steam collection. I just wanted to have them. It's always nice to just kind of have games on my Steam collection. And then we started doing this, you know, and so I started reviewing stuff. And
buying them for review purposes at that point.
I would then buy things for review purposes, and it dawned on me. Earlier today, actually, it dawned on me while I was laying in bed this morning listening to, I don't know what I was listening to, some random piece of Sonata music, that I can complete all these games now. Not the backlog. F that. I'm never going to make a dent in that. No way. That's gone.
Yeah.
The new games, things like Dishonored, and not so much XCOM. Like, I wouldn't want to complete XCOM.
I don't think it's a game you can complete. I mean, you can win a game.
But for me, that's not one of those things. That's like Civ. XCOM is now basically XCOM for me is Civ for what it was for you. It was there. You know, how many hours have you sunk?
Sci-fi Civ.
You've sunk many hundreds of hours
Civ
now into that game.
Dear Lord, 336 according to Steam.
So that is what my XCOM is. You know, that's what XCOM is going to become for me, because it's a game that I can play on my second monitor and it's turn-based and it's fantastic. But things like Dishonored and Darksiders 2 and Sleeping Dogs and all these games, I pick them up for the reviews. I get a fair way through them for the reviews. That's one of the things that we like doing. It's not just a case of, you know, if we play 5 minutes.
Yeah, because you often find by the time you get to the middle of the game, it's like, this isn't what I expected, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, that's why initially I started the idea of AFG and OSP, was for that very reason. So, you know, I get a fair way into these games. It's a case of, I should just complete it. I should just play that bit and just get to the end and then pick up another one. And I have the time to do it. Granted, university is getting heavier and heavier for me, so I will probably back down. So it's a case of, you know, I have the ability to play these games, so why not? And it's this wonderful, glorious moment of I've actually had that. I get to complete every game I play.
That's awesome. It's about time.
What I wouldn't give to be in that kind of situation myself. I play so many games for quick glimpse where it's like, this game is amazing, I need to finish it.
And then
but first I need to go to bed. I was like, I need to go to bed because it's 5 a.m. and I need to do another video tomorrow.
Yeah, you end up doing the James Woods thing from Family Guy. The piece of candy, piece of candy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You get the game and you're excited with that game for those few moments, and you eat that game.
Oh, there's another.
And it's like, ooh, another one. Ooh, piece of candy. And you just go from game to game.
So, what have you guys got coming up in the next week?
I don't think I've got anything gigantically amazing that I want to talk about. I'm actually still working on the new schedule because of university. I'm backing down from the one-a-day thing. So we were only doing that to get all the Gamescom stuff and everything else out. So it will now back down to, I believe the stuff I was going with was Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and then anything extra would fill in the extra days.
Yeah, whatever.
So you'd get an AFG or something on a Friday, then Sunday would be an OST or a group thing. Then Monday is whatever else follow-up I need to do, and Wednesday is... So yeah, I thought that worked quite well. I'm going to see how that works. So it'll be Friday, Monday. Was it Friday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday? So.
Cool.
And this week I've got Dishonored and XCOM OSTs coming out. For those, we've also got some more Eurogame stuff to come out, but I'm still trying to get B-roll footage for.
Yeah, still a few issues.
But I can't say too much details on it. But we do have a fancy shindig that we're going to next week.
Cool.
Shindig.
Yeah, we're going off to a press event thing. That's all I'm allowed to say, as far as I'm aware, for now.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
So what's Kel doing in the next week?
Oh, what I'm doing is, I recently announced the new format for Plus this month, because the old one was simply too time-consuming. So I'm going to be running with more of that. It's going to be a small series of videos at the start of the month after they do their update, so I'll be wrapping up what's new on the European side of things, and hopefully, if I already own the games, have footage of what's on the US side as well. And then I'll be diving headfirst into indie titles that are coming out, because there are some that I've been keeping my eye on.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on the indie side.
Cool.
And it works better to my own budget to go with indie titles.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Scraping pennies.
No, that's fair enough, man. Everybody's in the same boat at the minute.
Aye.
Apart from me. Woo! Throw my arms up in the air. Wave them around like you just don't care. Yeah. Look at me throwing around those mad Borderlands 2 season passes earlier, which we can see merrily happily going on in the background.
Yeah.
So,
getting some pirates booty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to shout at you. It was like, jokingly poked you. It's like, Dave, buy me XCOM, and I had to stop for a second and think, no, he's actually got the store page open. Yell at him to close it.
Lunch did that. One of the guys from our community, he was like, he helped me out with something. He gave me something that I can't mention.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh, thanks man, can I like repay you anyway? And he was like, buy me XCOM, and I was like, okay, done. And they was like, wait, no, wait, I was joking. And it was that whole kind of, oh crap, no, he'll actually do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I will.
You're a devil like that.
But I'm actually thinking of picking up Counter-Strike. I'm thinking of picking up Global Offensive to play for a little while until Black Ops comes out.
It is pretty good. The arms race game mode, which is basically a gun game, is awesome.
Well, the issue is I didn't like the beta, the GO, so I'm quite interested.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll sit here and discuss how we have things to do, and I have places to be, so we're going to have to wrap this up.
Yep.
And we can always discuss more next week.
It's all good.
Yeah. So, interesting things to discuss next week as well.
You got me curious now.
I know, right?
I know, right?
Yeah, there you go. So, if you have any questions, queries, or comments, leave them
below.
There we go. Thank you, Xander. And for myself, Xander, and Kel, and everyone else at LN3 working away in the background. Like Serge. We really do need to get Serge in on these.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get a hold of him earlier on.
Right. We will. He's actually on at the moment. I can see his name right there. I should have invited him.
He's appeared. Yeah, I should drag him in.
Anyway, from all of us, we will catch you for the next video. Peace.
In a while.
Stay awesome.